You have just won. By clicking on this video, you have just taken your first action to transforming your life. So, I want to congratulate you. Once you learn how to take action, you have the ability and you will have the ability to flick the switch on, wake up at 6 a.m. and just be crazy productive towards your goals. You'll be able to take advantage and take action of the side hustle that you've been thinking about for all of this time, and you will finally be able to see some result once you learn how to take action. Once you learn how to take action, you'll finally say goodbye to the depressed, to the mediocre life that you want to escape from. It's not going to be like the old days anymore. This is a start of a new you, but you have to learn how to take action first. I want you to make a promise to yourself, not to me, but to yourself. And the promise is, I will sit through this video and I will watch and listen and take and implement everything that Mahi is saying, the guy that you're watching right now, me. I'm so excited to make this video because even I was at a certain point where I couldn't take any action. For example, I used to watch so many YouTubers. I used to watch footballers and players living their best life and Cristiano Ronaldo buying his 10th Bugatti. I used to watch all of this and I used to watch them get the best stuff in life, but my life was completely mediocre. My life was completely sad. I had no money, no success, and every day felt so depressing because I didn't have anything to push for. I was at a very dark place. But a moment came where I took action. And from that moment, I'm 100% more productive than I ever was before. I'm able to sit down and work for hours. I'm able to read books, which I wasn't able to do before. My physique is so much better because I took the action of going to the gym every single day. And the best thing is, I've gotten closer to my religion. I've gotten closer to Allah. And I truly feel like a man. I truly feel like I'm pushing myself every single day. And my mental health has never been any better. So, why can't people take action? Recently, I read this book called The Power of Discipline. And pretty much in this book, the author talks about a lot of reasons why people can't seem to take action. And from reading that book, I found a few things that really related to me and why I couldn't take action and why I feel like you might not be taking action. Things like the status quo bias. The status quo bias is pretty much familiarity. It's pretty much inertia. It's when people have opportunities and they have a chance to change their lives, to improve their lives. However, they will still stay the same, which sounds crazy. Imagine you have a job and you're working a job and you've been offered a better promotion or you've been offered a better job somewhere else in a different city. Most people will not take that job. Most people will carry on as normal with their regular job and live the lives and live in the situation. The moral of the story is the status quo bias is pretty much sticking to what's familiar and not pushing for the unknown. Why would we take a risk, as they say? But the scary part is you've listened to this version of yourself for so long. And that's why you are where you are at. You've listened to your version of not pushing for the limits. You've listened to you, like the version of you watching this video, you've listened to yourself, taking the easy road. Oh, let me just sleep in a little bit, or let me just skip the gym. You've listened to yourself. This is why you are depressed, or this is why you are in a situation where you don't feel like you have achieved anything. And there is a very famous quote by Albert Einstein that ties it all together. And he says the definition of insanity is where you do the same things over and over again and expecting different results. How do you expect yourself to be productive? How do you expect yourself to achieve so much? How do you expect yourself to do all of this when you don't change yourself and you don't change the actions that you do? This version of yourself that is watching this video made you sad, and yet you still listen to this version of yourself. And so you have to do different things to achieve different things. And so this is the time for you to completely change this version of yourself that's watching this. Loss aversion theory. This is another theory that the author states in the book. Pretty much, we humans are biologically programmed to believe that change will bring us more harm than more good. Let me say that again. We humans are biologically programmed to believe that losing something is far worse than gaining something. And this perfectly makes sense. I mean, we would rather hold on to a job and not lose the job that we hate instead of taking the risk of gaining a promotion or rather gaining a different job at a different place. Imagine you're working at this bank and you got offered to be a manager at a different bank somewhere else in your city. So it's of course requires some level of risk because you have to move. Even though you would get more pay in that other job, you would rather have this one just because you stick to what's familiar, and also you think that this change of you moving cities will bring you more harm than good, and you'd rather just stick to your comfort zone. But my question to you is, what has this version of yourself done for you anyway? I feel like once you come out of your cocoon, once you change yourself completely, you will feel freedom. And lastly, another big reason why we don't take action is because of the fear of judgment. For example, me making this video, I had the fear of what do other people think? You've probably heard this before. We are biologically and scientifically programmed as well to think about ourselves, meaning most people are going to think about them and themselves in every situation. Even if you tell a story about yourself, they will still compare it to their self. The moment you take action to improve your life and one of your friends finds out, and if they do hate and if they do judge you, just know that they are judging you because they are comparing you and your new self to them. The moment they see you waking up early, they will only judge you for waking up early because they feel insecure. So even if they see you and they judge you, just know that they are judging you because they feel insecure. They are still thinking about themselves, which is crazy. So we understood why we don't really take action. And so this is where things will start getting a little ugly. Because I will tell you the stuff you need to be doing, but some way or another, you might find, or you might look at some of these things and somehow justify and rationalize some of the things I'm telling you in this video. I've told you for the last however minutes, like 5-6 minutes, that you need to change yourself to expect different results. I've also told you that you will feel some level of discomfort when I tell you some of the stuff that you need to be doing. But I also told you that in order for you to take action and become a person who can take action, you have to live outside your comfort zone. It's like, why don't most people become successful? It's because most people stay the way they are. This is the call. This is the moment. Why can't I take action? I'm telling you that you have to take action, not listen to this version of your brain, not listen to this version of yourself, because this version of yourself only brought you misery and depression. So when I tell you to do something, I really hope that you can take the action and do what I'm telling you right now. First one is a dopamine detox and a mental health fix. Let's be honest here. One of the biggest reasons why you cannot take action is because you are addicted. You are addicted to dopamine. You are addicted to chasing dopamine and chasing more and more stimulation. And that's why you can't take action. You've been procrastinating and watching YouTube and playing video games, scrolling instead of working for so many years. So now you've just manipulated your brain after years and years of brainwashing and all of this and years of habit building. Now you just believe that you are a natural procrastinator. If someone who was addicted to their phone, let's say a 15-year-old TikToker, and they're addicted to their phone and they're always scrolling every time you see them. Well, this person, if they were to be put in a room, a silent room, a dark room with nothing except themselves and their mind with no phone, they would go absolutely crazy. Their natural energy would dip down. They'll start feeling tired and drowsy in just 5 minutes. Imagine that. They've been so addicted to their phone that when they've been put in a situation where it's just them in their mind, they start going crazy. The reason why you can't go from scrolling on TikTok to working is because these two things are very different. Scrolling, my friend, is a lot different and a lot more stimulating than doing work. Doing work is just you and your brain, maybe something playing in the background. That's it. TikTok is watching crazy amounts of stuff that is infiltrating your brain in like 2 seconds, like quickly. And so that's why you need to go on a dopamine detox. So you have to realize that the reason why I say mental health, because everything links back to mental health, but you have to understand what is causing that mental health. Well, the thing that's causing that mental health and you having bad mental health and bad thoughts about yourself because of the reason of chasing dopamine. You have made yourself depressed by chasing dopamine. You have made yourself depressed by procrastinating since a young age. Now you are just a result of your past actions. Now you just believe, oh, I'm just a procrastinator. You are not. If you change your actions, then your future self will be different. So if you change yourself now, your future self will be different. So how do you get on a dopamine detox? Well, it's very simple. It's reducing instant gratification and delaying gratification. For example, the meal comes before dessert. The dessert comes after the meal. And so you have to reduce your instant gratification, pull back as much as you can. Things like going on Instagram, randomly scrolling on Reels, things like going on TikTok, right? You want to be able to sacrifice or at least reduce them until your work is done. Add friction. Make it hard for you to go on these apps. I'll delete these apps. And what's crazy is that I'm a person who uses Instagram maybe 5 minutes a week. Or maybe 10 minutes a week. I don't use Instagram at all. And what's crazy is that last night I went on Instagram for 5 minutes and I automatically felt like a loser. And so I deactivated my account last night. Imagine that. Me, a person who doesn't use Instagram, barely uses Instagram, I just deactivated my Instagram account because it does change and make my mental health a lot more worse. Trust me, once you come out of this, once you reduce your gratification, you'll look outside and you'll see a bird flying by, and all of a sudden you'll go back to your childlike state again. You're gonna look outside, you're gonna start smiling just by looking at a bird eating a worm or something. You will go back to your childlike state and you will see the beauty of Allah's creation, of God's creation, once you reduce the amount of stimulation that you've been going through. Also, I want you to be practicing gratitude journaling. Happiness, as you know, is a wishy-washy thing. Gratitude is not. Gratitude is when you're fulfilled and you're grateful for where you are. So I want you to gratitude journal every single morning and have a simple morning routine by just you gratitude journaling and meditating, praying salah, praying your prayer, and also just reducing your gratification. Don't scroll first thing in the morning. So once you've gotten on your dopamine detox and once you've been prioritizing your mental health to see the beauty of life and to really be a happy person, then I want you to do something called microtasking. Another reason why you don't take action is because you think about the pain that's going to come with the level of action. For example, I have to go to the gym, right? After this video, I will be going to the gym. And so if I don't go to the gym, the only reason is because I'm thinking about getting up and feeling the pain of going to the gym and then doing the workout. I'd rather be in my comfort zone, right? That is one of the biggest reasons why you procrastinate, is because you think about the pain that's going to come with that activity. But let me ask you a question. When you start playing a certain video game, let's say I start playing Fortnite or Call of Duty Modern Warfare, do I think about the pain that's going to come with Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Because there is pain when it comes to playing games. Like you have to die in the video game, you have to wait for the loading screen, all of this stuff, right? Or your game starts glitching. We don't think about that. We only think about the fun we'll have when it comes to playing video games. And so it's the exact same way when it comes to you working. When I'm about to go to the gym, instead of me thinking about the pain, I think about the body I'm going to have. I think about the pump I'm going to get. I think about the self-confidence I'm going to achieve when I go to the gym. That's what makes me go to the gym even more. Think about how you'll feel when you finish the work, when you're doing the work and you're grinding and you're on the grind and you're working and you are in the process of achieving something huge. That is the goal. Think about how you'll feel and how good you'll feel when you do your work and not how bad you'll feel. Just know that if you're thinking about going to the gym and you're thinking about the pain of you doing the workout, don't think about that. Your task is not to think about the workout. Your task is to put on some gym clothes, right? That's the only thing you should be doing, right? Because if you think about going to the gym, instead of thinking about how hard it's going to feel, just think about, okay, I just have to wear my gym clothes. That's your only thing you're supposed to be doing. And lastly, as I recommend having a daily routine and a morning routine. A morning routine will set the tone for your morning, and it will probably set the tone for the rest of your day. The moment you have a good morning routine, more than evident that you will have a good day as well. And also a daily routine and living in a structured lifestyle will completely change the way you live your life. You will feel disciplined task after task, and you'll feel like a truly accomplished person. And you'll be challenging yourself throughout the day. And the moment you finish that challenge, the moment you accomplish something throughout the day, you will feel a lot more happier. And so I recommend doing that and creating a structured daily routine and living a structured, disciplined lifestyle. And so once you've done that, and once you've become productive, check out the productivity course I've made in the description down below. It is completely for free. And in the next 30 days, I will show you how to go from a procrastinator to changing your identity and becoming a productive machine that you want it to be. Completely for free. Check it out in my Discord server down below. And that's it. So hopefully you benefit from this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for new. And assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.